Hello and welcome. I'm actually currently trying to figure out my Twidget here, so if it says active waiting for chat, I'm going to go ahead and drop that off. Oh man, we are bumping with the comments tonight. I really wish I could actually put these up. That would be fantastic, but it just says wait, so that's a fun time. Okay, so tonight we are going to do some giveaways. We're going to do giveaways in chat, and in a second here, I'm going to try and get everybody's stuff to be on the board. I have some catching up to do because apparently Joe Unfiltered is a fiend in the chat, and that is my guest tonight. So we're gonna have some fun. It is going to be a great blind. Joe is a guy on the internet that I have met through doing this, and it's a super fun time. He's got great content. So if you want to sub him, I think I put all of his links in the description. Really hope I did that. Let me double check that I did that. I did. Check him out on Instagram and YouTube. The links are in the description for this. We are going, at least I'm going to try to get some comments out there. If Twidget will decide to, do the thing tonight. Which, who knows? Let's find out. I know in the chat we've got Travis Robinson. I'm trying to get all the way up to the top. Ooh, we've got so many comments. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. Joe Waters, can't wait for this. Travis Robinson. Yeah, if you want to get at Joe, make him fresh crack a bottle. It's his kryptonite. I feel like that's an inside joke that I'm going to get to in a second. Travis gets it. Corks equal kryptonite. Thomas Anderson. Joe 100%. Johnny Dean in the house. Giant Dean's one of our members here. Joe Unfiltered. What's up? Little Old Fashioned. Cheers, buddy. If you hear me and you're still in here, you still need to send me your address so I can get that bottle of Smoke Wagon to you. JP Harrell. Yo, what's up, man? Will Wilson. At dinner right now, but what's up, everybody? No Script Sippin'. Yo. What's going on? John Crawl. One of our newest members on Patreon. Serena Hildebrand. What up? Sheena Hildebrand, sorry. I can't read and talk simultaneously. That's my kryptonite. Okay, so we are going to do a giveaway tonight. We're going to give away all of the pours that I gave to Joe tonight. I think I only have enough for one. So we're going to give that away in the paid tier. And then in the free tier, we're going to give away the bottles from my top bottles of Jewel Rye. There are 4 of them. I was going to put them back here, but they don't fit on one shelf. Mostly because of the Evernorth Exodus Rye. So it is Evernorth Exodus Rye. It is President's Choice Rye Barrel 13 from this year, which is fantastic. If you didn't watch the video, that is my favorite rye from this past year's Jewel Rye. The Parker's Heritage 10-year, and then Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof Rye. That was my Whiskey of the Year in 2023. That barrel is still undefeated. Well, not undefeated in blinds because I guess it didn't really win. But it is undefeated at the price point, and it is a fantastic bottle. So, without further ado, we've been 5 minutes here. I don't think Twidget's going to... Oh, maybe it will. Let's see if Twidget does the thing. Loading. It doesn't say wait. That's great. Hey, we got it. All right, let's see if it does the thing. Hey, look at that. We have comments. Fantastic. Thank you, M. Spencer, just subscribing. Appreciate that. We are on the hunt for 3,000. So that's a fun time. When we get to 3,000, we're going to give away some fun stuff. As you know, we give away crazy stuff in our live streams, and tonight is no exception. Comments tonight, we'll be giving away stickers, a hat that Joe Unfiltered is wearing. Quick sneak peek at what's coming next. And then we're giving away, stickers. That's the wrong thing. I gotta write things down or else I forget them. Stickers, hat in chat, and Jewel Rye pours. And then we're going to give away Joe's pours, which, spoiler alert, are really fantastic for our paid tier. So if you are a member here on YouTube, like Joe is, or a member on Patreon, you get an automatic entry in that. If you want to join and don't want either of those things for some reason, you can drop a $5 super chat. That will also get you onto that paid wheel. Joe's pours, we'll give away... Ooh, I have a good one. I have for Scotch Month, I have a 4-pack of pours from Glenlivet. If you are at all interested in that, we'll give that away. Glenlivet 4-pack. I'll find that here in a second while Joe is introducing himself. And we'll give away another set of the Jewel Rye pours. So that is 3 sets of Jewel Rye or 2 sets of Jewel Rye pours, Joe's and Glenlivet, and we will go over that in a second. Before we get into all of that, let's introduce our guest tonight, the infamous Joe Unfiltered. Joe, how you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing, man? Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Oh man, I missed one thing.
All good.
Go ahead. Hey, first question: how did you get into YouTube? Go.
Yeah, so I've been a watcher on YouTube for a long time. I followed a ton of different accounts like yours, Bruzel, and then my buddy Aiden. He goes by Whiskier.
Okay. Yeah.
Fashion. I mean, so many of the folks that we have in here, this great community, and I actually had a camera, and I said, hey, maybe I should get this thing out, dust off the cobwebs from it. It was a camera I had from like 2018. Like, let's just have some fun and shoot some content. My first content, if you go back and watch it, rough, terrible, as I was starting to learn editing and getting into all the processes there. But once I got into it, I really fell in love with it. And then, I've been a huge collector of old dusty decanters, sometimes full, sometimes not, sometimes they're empty. that ties it with my love for history. Of course, I've been drinking and really into bourbon probably around that 2018 timeframe. I think right before pandemic, and then pandemic, of course, I think for many of us accelerated it.
So
So I mean, this has just been a great way to connect, and the community is amazing. Everyone that's in the chat here, my community, your community, across the board, and just within the whiskey tube space, I think it's been amazing. It's been so welcoming. So it's just been fun, fun to get in here and just kind of take it at my own pace and have some fun and meet some great people. So
awesome. Well, this is actually our first face-to-face interaction, but I feel like in some ways, like I do prepare for these lives, so I do watch our guests a fair amount, and I feel like I've gotten to know you a little bit through that. So it's been a fun time. Also, you just kind of casually dropped the bomb in pre-show that you've been following me since like 2021. So you know what rough is like, because our first videos were pretty rough too. So
hey, I love it all.
So I really need to hear the story about fresh crack bottles being your kryptonite.
I think it's the opposite. Whatever Travis was saying, I open every single bottle I get. Okay. Like the minute it gets in my hands, I get it home, I pop it open. Like unless it's like a backup, which I have a few backups where it's like, like John J. Bowman, right? It's like I love that bottle. So I like to have a couple of that because it's like my everyday pour, you could say. But otherwise, like I got a Pappy 15 at a whiskey raffle, an event. Got it home that evening, cracked it with my pops. It was like, it's not waiting. I'm going to get this thing open right away. So no bottle is safe if it's near me.
I love that. I love that philosophy. Yeah. Like I've had some that I do save for like special occasions. Like I had a GTS that I saved for the birth of my daughter in December, but that was only like a few months. Like I had it like 5 or 6 months. Like I'm a firm believer in what my friend Sherry would call not delaying joy. Like if you have something, you open it. And you love it, and you enjoy it.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing is like, tomorrow's not guaranteed, right? And it's like, true. I'd rather be able to share it with friends, family now, samples, sending stuff out. Like, it's meant to be drank, right? And I'm sure, next 10 years, hey, if I, so happen to get another Pappy 15, sure, then it happens, but yeah.
Hopefully at some point those become more available. That'd be
right.
All right, so we've got 4 pours on deck tonight. So I sent you them. Did I give you the proofs or not?
No. All they say is just my name and then number 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. So at least you have the order. Yep. And those are actually my brand new labels. I had to purchase new labels in order to send those to you. So I took these to work, and then I'd order at Staples in the morning because they're just Staples address labels. They're the perfect size for bottle labels, and they're like
amazing. Yeah,
400.
The whole package, the presentation, everything. I got to give you just hats off to you. It was beautiful. Like,
thank you.
I was like, man, this is so professional. So
I do my best. I feel like if you do great in the little things, you do great in the big things. So
that's right.
That's my philosophy. All right, let's drink some whiskey, man. I have all 4 of your pours to show people. GoPro here. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and let's just drink some whiskey and enjoy it. Other people have guessed. I will give you hints as to what things are if you want them. It's not like we're not doing a game show here. We're not giving people points and like scoring. This is for fun. This is for socialization. Like that's the whole point of this, is to drink whiskey and enjoy it. So your theme tonight is absolute bangers. So that is the straight up championship round. I have given you all of the bangers that I can think of being straight up fantastic. So that being said, let's get
now
into
my
it.
Hands are sweating. I'm nervous now. My hands are sweating.
No. Nothing to be nervous about, dude. If you don't look. So I'm a firm believer that every whiskey is somebody's favorite, and there are whiskeys that I enjoy that other people don't enjoy. There are whiskeys that I'm sure you enjoy that I don't enjoy. So it is one of those things where I think these are the closest thing. They're all not all different types of whiskey, but there are different types of whiskey. You'll notice that some of them are darker than others. So
I did see that.
We'll go from there.
Okay.
If you don't like them, I take.
I start.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah, you can start number 1.
Okay.
We'll drink number 1. If you want hints, I'll give you hints. Otherwise, we'll reveal. It'll be a fun time. I've kind of over the course of this summer series, with my first guest, I was a little bit more emphasis on the guests, and then some of the guests, we just had great connection, and I feel like we're going to have a great connection with communication. So I feel like that's going to be one of those things.
Yes, sir.
I'm not as worried about it. You got Wii Glens?
I got Wii Glens. Look at the little minis.
Hell yeah, man. They're great.
I grabbed, I think I only have 4 of them. I grabbed all 4 that I had for this. Oh, man. Number 1's already starting off with a banger.
As usual, thank you to Andy Gonzalez for the super chat. You are on the wheel. Let me get that up now because I have so many comments to catch up on. Dude, your followers come in hot.
Everyone's flowing in.
I love it.
All right, I'll go in for the nose here. Yeah, I have the chat up on the side over here, and I see it moving.
Yeah. So this one, what are you getting on the nose?
So this one, I get there's a little bit of like a cherry cola note in there.
Yeah.
There's definitely like almost like a citrus, like creamsicle, like orange creamsicle kind of note.
Okay. I get like marshmallow, like almost like a toasted marshmallow kind of.
Yeah,
note.
that's probably where that creaminess is coming from. That marshmallow note.
I get a little bit of citrus, like a little bit of plum too, like a deep plum.
Oh man, it's got a really nice nose. The color's nice too. I mean, I'll hold it up. That's even. It definitely looks like the lightest of the bunch, but it's still got a really nice amber kind of orange color.
Okay, so I have to be really honest right now. I am super jealous of your ability to. You said you're using a DJI, right?
DJI, yep.
Okay, so the autofocus, like I'm using a Sony ZV-E10, and my fixed lens. The one thing that's bad with it, like it has great bokeh, it has all that stuff. It's not that fast on autofocus, so I can't.
That's how my Canon is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do that kind of stuff, man. I gotta resort to the GoPro.
I know, yeah, because when I picked up hiking is when I picked up. I was like, you know what? And they had it at Costco, and I was like, I got to grab one of these, and
that's where
it's made my life easy.
That's where I picked up my GoPro, man. Costco had it like super cheap.
Yeah, that's how the DJI was.
That's what you mentioned Bruzel when we were coming on. That's what Bruzel films with, if you didn't know.
He does. Yeah, I saw he filmed it with my buddy Kane and Whiskier. He films on that too, and I was like, man, it looks pretty like portable. It's got a gimbal built into it, and for hiking, it's been amazing because I could just pop it on, and it just doesn't get any of the motion and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go in for the palate.
Do it.
I gotta taste this. It smells incredible.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man.
Oh yeah. A lot of citrus on the palate.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, the plum comes through on the palate for sure. A little bit of citrus. Ooh, that's chewy, man. Like, very viscous. Mouth-watering.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells so good. Tastes great. Oh, man. So I will say, like, off the bat right now, I'm getting like a very MGP forward because sometimes I'll get that citrusy, some of that sweet on this right now.
Calling your shot already, man. I'm impressed.
Might be premature. And I don't know. Well, I'm so curious now to see once we get to the end, but the plum is the only thing that makes me, because sometimes I'll get that plum on Buffalo Trace products.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just can't. This may sound crazy. I've had some of like the higher end or more allocated smoke wagon releases. I got to try the Desert Jewel one time. I have one of their rare unlimited releases. This reminds me of one of those really good special releases.
Yeah.
And something in there is reminding me of just like that Las Vegas aged MGP. I don't know what it is. I'll have to go back, but that's good. Okay. What did you get on the palate? Similar? Different?
Yeah. So this one for me is, I don't want to give you too many comps because I don't want to like start narrowing things down for you a whole lot if you do want to guess. But this has a very... I agree with Buffalo Trace. Like, there's a rye whiskey that I had recently that is a part of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection that has a very orange juicy flavor, and this is very similar to that. Like, I'm getting kind of like orange juice and plum. Like, it's much more fruity than the nose, and there's a little bit more proof than maybe I would expect for what it is. But I think it's fantastic.
It's a really good pour. Yeah, whatever that is, really, really good. Okay, all right.
Now, I will say, I'm going to give you hints, more so that the people watching at home can participate with us. Now, would you like to know whether this is sourced, or would you like to know the state of distillation?
Let's go state of distillation.
State of distillation is Indiana.
Okay. All right.
So your dream is alive.
My dream is alive. I'm also now thinking about Hard Truth.
That's a good choice. Yeah. I actually have not had much Hard Truth stuff.
Yeah. Hard Truth is it's tasty stuff. So some of their finishing too is really good. Okay. All right. So it is from the state of Indiana. I'll have to think about all the other distilleries and stuff outside of MGP. But I like that.
That would be the big one.
Yeah. This is fun, man. This is awesome.
I'm glad you're enjoying this. I'm having fun too, man.
This is where I nerd out. Like, this kind of stuff. Like, and you know, I'm sure, when you get together with your buddies and you're like, sit down.
Yeah.
And we had Philip from Distillery Acadian. He's down in Louisiana.
Okay. Yeah.
He was staying with us the last few days. He's trying to get his whiskey out here. And so many of the evenings, we'd be hanging out, watching either YouTube Lives or different whiskey channels. And he would like go behind me, grab a bottle from the cabinet behind me and blind me. Say, okay, what do you think? What state is it from? What is this? This is totally in that avenue. It's a blast.
You're basically doing Matt Madness training.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, I was on so Matt Madness last year kind of opened it up to like anybody could make a video submission, and then it like just kind of never happened. I was really actually pumped to try and be on Matt Madness.
Yeah.
Because I just thought it would be fun. Like I enjoy doing that kind of stuff, even though I'm not always very good at it. Like there are times that like, do you ever watch your own videos, like especially when you're doing blinds and you're editing it, and you're like, man, from those tasting notes, I know exactly what that is, but I can't believe I didn't put it together at the time.
Yep. 100% all the time.
It's crazy, man. Like that's like the fun of sitting. Like sometimes it's like, if you ever stop and think, you're like, I'm sitting in my, like I'm in my basement. It looks like you're upstairs in your house. Like we're sitting in our spare rooms.
I'm in my basement.
Just watching looking at a camera, sipping whiskey and talking about it. And it's like, if you're by yourself, it's like, it almost feels like you're silly a little bit. You know what I mean?
Does. Yeah. There was one night, like, I was like trying to film something and I just could not get like the words to come out. And I just kept fumbling over. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I was just trying too hard. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I do that all the time. Especially like I script my intros. So like I try and keep things like fairly moving along. Cause you want to keep that engagement. You want to keep people like not bored while you're like, I think today's episode is about Rise and like,
yeah, you want to keep it on track.
You want to hook them.
I know what you mean. Yep.
So it's tough sometimes, especially when you're trying to go faster than, like my mouth goes way faster than my brain can handle, man.
Me too.
So
me too. It's like, what were you about to say? Okay, I have number 2 poured up.
Okay.
This smells nuts.
All right. So do you want to do them all at the end, or do you want to put a pin in number 1? Oh my word! I have so many comments.
I know they're flying in. I can't see what's happening.
Bourbon and balls. All right.
Let's go through them all, and then we'll put a pin on them. I want to go through.
Okay.
And just to make sure, as I'm tasting them, that I'm not like.
I gotta catch up with you.
Oh yeah, I'll let you. I'm gonna go. Let me smell this. I'll let you catch up. Yeah, all right. Okay, so now. This could be a hot take, but I think number 2 right now smells like Buffalo Trace. something in the Buffalo Trace family.
Okay. That one's going to be the most complicated. Let me
Good.
preface by
Okay.
that one because, well, I'll explain at the end. Well, if we're doing reveals at the end, I'll explain at the end.
Okay. So this one on the nose, very sweet. This is where that Buffalo Trace sweetness is coming in.
Yeah.
It is like there's a little bit of like a whipped cream element to it.
Yeah.
But cherries. It almost smells like it's finished. Like I have like a finished. It smells so sweet that it could be finished.
All right, so my buddy Johnny Dean asked, what's your most recent bottle purchase? Ooh. And I got to figure that out for myself. I know what my most recent bottle acquisition is, but it wasn't a purchase. And that was this Rare Character Limited that my wife got me for my birthday. Let me give you all a nice...
Dude, hey, hold on. Let me grab something real quick.
Okay, go for it.
That's so weird.
133 proof. It's a fantastic bottle, man. I actually opened this tonight for the first time because I've kind of been on a little bit of a hiatus. Rare Character. I love it.
Let me grab my recent bottle purchase literally from a few days ago.
I love that.
There it is. So mine's 122.38.
Nice. That's a single barrel from a local store?
Yeah, single barrel store pick. Yep. It was about, I think it was like $120. I got to try it beforehand, but yeah, that's a great question.
That was a great one. I have not been big on Rare Character. I'm weird about NDPs, man. Like I'm weird about companies and like them using other people's whiskey to their, I don't know. It's one of those things that almost feels like cheating, but it's not.
Yeah. Right.
But there's some distilleries out there. I actually just had a really positive experience with Short Barrel. So Short Barrel released a reel on Instagram, I think yesterday. It was either yesterday or Friday.
I saw that.
About they're dumping their shortest barrel ever, and it was like not even a gallon. Like it was like 2 bottles worth or something like that. And they're like very honestly, we're not going to release this, even though it's our shortest barrel and it's really high proof because it's really gross. Like it would be unpalatable to people. And I was like, how many NDPs out there would just release that because it's the shortest barrel they've ever released and it's at a high proof and just kind of roll with it? Like there are
and just let it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
They would let 2 people buy that bottle at $400 each and just kind of roll with it, or like sell them as 375s for $100 or something like that. Like that to me, and I shared it in my story, and then they messaged me back and they're like, hey, thanks for sharing, really appreciate your take on this. And I was like, I really appreciate your integrity and all of the stuff that you guys are doing. Yeah.
Right. Transparency, and that's the thing, is like, I think transparency is what is needed now, especially because I felt like we got to a point where, especially with NDPs, prices just kept going up, right? You just kept seeing there's even the buff turkey craze that's been crazy. Lord, yeah. I got hooked on there and with some of the buff turkeys, but you start looking at the prices like, man, it's crazy. But I'm with you on Rare Character. Rare Character, this is actually my first bottle I've actually ever owned of Rare Character. I got to try it first.
Dude, how wild is that? Same story, like on this live stream. That's nuts. Johnny Dean, who's one of my other YouTube members, said started following Whiskyer a while back when he posted his channel in the Bourbon Hunters Discord. Love his content. Joe, are you also out west?
I am. Yeah, Colorado, Johnny. That's awesome.
Because you do a fair amount of hunting videos. Like I don't honestly hunt that much. Not gonna lie. Like I feel like I'm at the point where, like, I am, especially post kid, like trying to rein in my spending. So it's like unicorn or bust.
Right, exactly. It's like it's got to be the big hitters. Like, because on occasion, like I just had a reel come out today where I went to a local store, security discount liquor down, south of us, and amazing store, amazing owner. All of the the people I've met there, amazing. But I was like, hey man, was there. I picked up one of the Yellowstone National Park series. But I was like, hey, I got my camera with me. I might just do a quick video. It's stuff like that now. But early on, I was hunting a ton. I'd be all out looking. But now I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, and too much. I released a video a while ago about the stages of being a whiskey enthusiast, and
I remember that. Yeah.
How you go from wanting to try everything to kind of like you learned your palate, and then like you kind of are much more selective with the things that you buy and like the things that you try. And like there will be times where like, especially bottle shares now, like I will say no to trying a new whiskey knowing what it is, almost because like there's things that I would, rather try.
Right.
Knowing that like I'm not a huge high rye guy, so like Four Roses probably not going to do it for me.
Yeah, right. You already know.
So, but on the flip side of that, I think it's very important to like challenge some of those notions, especially with your palate every once in a while, because like I think like you change over time. Like that's absolutely the thing.
Oh, 100%. All right, I'm gonna taste number 2 because it smells amazing. So I'm gonna try it real quick. But on the nose, very Buffalo Trace-esque.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep up with comments because they are streaming in tonight. I'm gonna blame you. You are the muse here. People are great with your content.
Okay, it's not Buffalo Trace. Okay. I don't think it's Buffalo Trace.
I get the grape on the nose though. I kind of let this sit for a second because it's been like I poured it really quick after we hit live because I was not ready, and then I kind of let it sit here for a second. Initially, it almost smelled like an Amberana, like it had like a lot of like honey and like cinnamon to it, and now it's much more like grape and like maybe a little bit of like wheat or straw.
Yeah, I could see some wheat, like, and that's what I'm wondering. Like, I'm guessing, I think it is a wheated bourbon. Man, that nose! I don't think I've smelled anything this sweet on the nose in a long time. It smells incredible. And the palate,
dude, some of these are gonna knock your socks off. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't wait. Here's what I'll say. Off the taste alone, between 1 and 2 right now, I can tell these are going to be monsters. Just how they finish. Both of these have like left my mouth just like watering, and they're just thick, and that's really good.
Here's the hint I'm going to give you. These are by far and away the cheapest. 1 and 2 are by far and away the cheapest.
Okay.
I'm trying to get caught up on comments on the comments wheel.
Oh, you're good.
Blocklinger. I'm like, dude, I'm not even halfway down. It's crazy. Although, thankfully, a lot of these people are repeat commenters, so I don't have to keep adding. I know I have no script sips. Okay. Dude, this one is good. Like,
this one really good.
This one actually might surprise you. I'll help you out here.
Okay.
Would you like to know state of distillation or type of whiskey?
Let's go type of whiskey.
You nailed it on the head. It is a wheated bourbon.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's some of the creaminess that comes through on the nose and that mouthfeel, but and that's what I think is like I was expecting like a big, honestly, like I thought it was going to be like some big heavy hitter like Buffalo Trace product, but now like after I taste it, I'm like, I don't know if that's because it's got that wheated element, but it doesn't taste like a Weller product.
I apologize if my poker face is really, really poor, but
you're fine. I'm trying to. I'm like as I'm sipping, I'm like, don't look. Look away. I think I'm just right now.
Okay.
I think it's a wheated bourbon from Kentucky.
Okay.
Is what I think right now.
All right, I am caught up on comments. Let's go. All right, so
awesome.
Joe Waters posted, thank you for the $5 super chat, by the way. So many trolls are using my profile pic and name. Let them send me money instead of mouth breathing in their mom's basement. I'm going to guess that's something for you.
So if Joe is in here, there are a ton of trolls that have followed him, so that's probably what he's referring to. I imagine they're probably, it's a thing.
I will say 2 is better than I remember it being. I have not had 2 in a while, and that one was kind of like I threw it in as like one that I had. It was in my 12 days of whiskey either 2 years ago or last year, and I ended up liking it so much that I went and bought another bottle. so that it
Oh,
can be a
wow.
part of that. So
Yeah.
that'll be a slight hint to some of
Okay.
those that watch me more frequently.
Okay. I love
Apparently,
it.
you also.
I'm like trying to think back to your content from like 2 years ago. I'm like, what did he talk?
Dude, 12 days is always wild because like, so I do that as a my tasting group. Like, this started all from one tasting group. Like, we decided to start making videos, and it's like there is a gentleman and whiskey tasting group out there. And so I started like 3 or 4 years ago. I saw somebody do like a 12 days of whiskey, like an advent calendar kind of thing, even though it's not really. So I was like, screw it. Like, let's do a 12 days of whiskey where we just do 12 different whiskeys. We'll split the cost to like 12 ways. Everybody gets a 2 ounce, and like I'll make it as pretty as I can. And it's kind of evolved. Sure. This upcoming year is, I think, my 4th year doing it.
4th year. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And then
I love it.
Somewhere along the way, we're like, let's reveal it with shorts. So from the 13th to the 24th, every day we reveal a different short. So this year I actually might end up putting, if it doesn't make it out of my Patreon and my YouTube members, there might actually be 12 days of whiskey kits available. So those are going to probably be offered because we're only doing 1 ounce kits this year. I think we're going to do 24 1 ounce kits. And last year I think we sold like 14 or 15 kits. So they're
so
very
cool.
well might be available, and they're a lot of fun.
All right. Yeah, that'd be a blast.
All right, let's get to some comments. What people are drinking tonight? Andy Gonzalez trying the JD Toasted, the new Heritage Barrel.
Oh,
You'll have to tell me how that is.
Yeah. I don't know if he's in here. His name's Al Gordon. He's local here with me, but he just got to try that on Friday. I believe it was Friday, and he said it was really good, really impressive. Are you a Jack fan, like just in general? Like, okay. So the one that the bottle that converted me was one of those special releases. Because you've talked about like the Jack Daniels. The single barrel proof ryes are phenomenal. I think some of the best value. I was indifferent on Jack for the longest time until their twice barrel rye. They released a cup 23, I think.
That's
that one is what. Yeah, 100 proof. It was so unlike Jack to me, but I really enjoyed that bottle. So yeah, I'm like excited. And I remember there was one day I went to a liquor store. They had the Jack Daniel's single malt, and I really enjoy a good single malt American, single malt whiskey. And they had that on the shelf for $80, and I was like, at the time, this is like 2, 3 years ago, before I really got into some of the Jack stuff, and I was like, it's not for me. And now I'm like, why didn't I buy that?
Have you gotten
what was I doing? You got to try it?
No, have you gotten to try it?
No, I haven't tried it.
All right, next week there will be a package for you.
All right, now I got samples for you.
All right,
I'll ship you out some, because I got a bunch of Colorado whiskeys I'd love for you to try. Maybe I'll have you join one of my streams one night, and we can do a duel. That'd be fun. Yeah,
I love it. Colorado whiskey. Colorado. Look, there's a guy on social media called Colorado Whiskey Guy, and first when I saw him, and I was like, dude, that's kind of cheesy. Like, he only does Colorado whiskey. And then look, Smoke Eye Hill came out, 13th Century's out there.
Yep.
Like, Stranahan's is out there, and I was like,
came out swinging. Yeah.
Colorado whiskey might actually be real good.
I know. Yeah, it's starting to turn, I think, that corner now, especially with some of our juice now getting into, like, I just got the Stranahan's this, past weekend. They released the Founders release, their 12-year first, like, cast strength release, nationwide, and they had it on online distribution, sold out right away. But they did a distillery release as well. But yeah, I think like the whiskey's getting older now. Like, I've been to that I think I know in the last chat, in the last live, we were talking about that. We were talking about the private label distillery where they're producing all that stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff, and I'm excited because I want to do a couple blinds for you too. Ones that I think would blow your mind.
I'm all about it. I feel bad. I had a blind from a content creator channel in California that actually helped join on my fantasy whiskey draft last year, the Whiskey Break. They sent me a blind. And I finally did it. Like, I finally got through it with my buddy, and no spoilers, but I actually nailed one of them, and I was very proud of it. So
yeah, that's amazing.
I'm taking it. There is some stuff going on in the chat between Joe Waters and some other people, and I don't really know what's going on. I really hope you guys figure it out. So, Beast East is drinking River Roots Grill and Chill. I think also is Andres Gonzalez. Yeah, okay. So Andres and Beast East, which I believe they're related. It's Lewis and Andres are drinking the same thing. Fantastic. Most recent purchase was the Peerless Toasted from Johnny Dean. Sticking with the Peerless Double Oaked Rye. Toasted is good, but not better than Double Oaked Rye. You a Peerless guy?
I do like Peerless. Yeah, I've enjoyed some of the single barrel picks. I love the double oak, the bourbon and the rye. But their double oak bourbon, I think, is better.
I was actually talking about this last week because my guest last week was my buddy Josh, Kingpin of Smoke on Instagram, who is a huge Peerless guy, and Peerless is not bad. Look, I don't think they're bad whiskey by any stretch of the imagination, but they're very expensive, and I feel like they're just kind of generic. Like, I feel like it's what I expect whiskey to be, but it's nothing special.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah. Have you had any like single barrels from them?
I have. I've had some toasted, or sorry, a double oaked rye single barrel, and it was good, but like it was kind of like gingerbready, and then like not a whole lot else. Like I feel like it's all kind of like one dimensional, and that for like if you watch me for a long time, you know that like things that are very, very complex are usually my jam. So that it just doesn't hit me.
Interesting. Okay. I'll throw that in the sample pack. I got two that I think one of my local stores, he looks for very funky whiskeys, like very funky, complex, very off profile. But his are pretty tasty. I'll have to revisit them to make sure before I send it to you.
Dude, I will try anything. Like I've made a hard and fast rule that I never turn down whiskey.
You're up for anything. I love it.
I'm up for anything. M. Spencer asks, Gentleman of Whiskey, how long have you been doing this? I have been doing this since 2021. We released a video in like March of 2021 and then like not again until like August. So I think we released like a total of 4 or 5 videos in 2021. And then 2022, we got more serious about it. 2023, I think, was like the most serious. And then 24, I kind of was doing it on my own. So when you do things on your own, it's much easier to manage your own schedule because you're only managing yours. So I did a lot more videos, and now I'm getting close to 3,000, and it's been a blast. So
it's amazing.
Green River, weeded, high proof store pick, love that. All right, so you're on 3, right?
I'm on 3 smelling it, and I'm trying to figure out. So this is where I was going back in between because 2. Yeah, 3 smells like a monster. Like, and I'll say each nose, like, they're all so varied. But 3, I want to say about, like, and this is the thing. Like, I'm starting off like, oh, all of these are very sweet.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely.
Yeah. And this one's making me think, is this Buffalo Trace? I can't tell. The color is amazing. I looked at the 4th one, and like that's even darker. You got me scared, man.
Nothing to be scared about. It's gonna be great. Thank you to Colin Nixdorf, who is one of my sample patrons on Patreon.
Ooh. Okay. That is definitely Buffalo Trace. Number 3 is definitely, no doubt about, that's Buffalo Trace. That has to be Stag of some kind. I don't know if it's George T level.
I agree on the nose that it smells like Stag.
Big time. Yeah, I get that Stag influence for sure.
Whew. It's a spicy boy, too.
It is spicy, but it's almost airy at the same time. Like I sipped it, it's kind of hot, and then it kind of just dissipated. Like it didn't really burn or give me that Kentucky hug.
Yo, Ronald Brown. I know that dude. He's on PA Bourbon Squad. What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh man.
Uncle Larry just subscribed. Congratulations.
So I think this is a batch of stag.
Okay.
I think, but it could also be like
Are
a
you
really good batch of stag,
are you
or
writing down your
it could
guesses?
be.
Because I'm not.
Oh no, I'm remembering them right now. Yeah,
All right.
I got them in my head.
I
But yeah,
gotcha.
this is reminding me of the closest thing I can think. Like the last George tea I had that I thought was really good, and you and I know we talked about this in the whole Buffalo
Yeah.
Trace thing. The last George tea that I thought was like exceptional to me was probably 2018. That like really blew me away. And here's the thing: I could have been jaded because I was really just starting to get into whiskey. I went to a bar, and people like at that time it was like I wanted to try any and everything. It was one of those moments. Me and my buddy, we've never had it, and we tried it, and it was just incredible. So I don't know if that's influenced, but like this gives me some of those vibes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you threw in if it is. I'm sticking to Buffalo Trace. I'm sticking to Stag. It's in the Stag family. It could be a Stag pick as well. I don't know. That's tasty though.
Thanks to
Really
No
tasty.
Script Sippin for the subscribe. Sorry, I stepped over you there.
Oh hell yeah! Have you seen his content? No Script Sipping,
I have not, but I will check him out immediately after
dude.
this.
Check him out. He's amazing. I love his stuff. He's like kind of coming in, and it's very much like a fresh take on whiskey,
Okay.
And some of it, like he had one talking about secondary prices, and he's like, here's here's how much I think you should spend for secondary on these, and it's like you don't. It's just his content's amazing. It's hilarious. Great dude.
It's always secondary pricing is such a touchy subject in the whiskey world right now.
It is.
There's like I always try to approach it like I think there are some bottles that MSRP are undervalued, and I think there are some bottles at MSRP that are overvalued. So then like secondary is kind of like the marriage almost between the two. So it's like I do firmly believe that all bottles should be should be at secondary, but there are some that I'm willing to pay up for.
I'm the same.
But it's up to whatever somebody says. So Jeremiah says, so based on what you say, a bottle comes to mind. Say something. I'm not 100% sure what he's asking about. I think Joe's been doing a fantastic job of calling his shots here. He's Bryce Harper in this crap.
I can't wait for the reveal. I'm excited. Uncle Larry said it.
Straight up impressed that you are calling your shots. You're doing great, man. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Well, this is a monster right here. Oh man. Okay.
Reynald Brown, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that. And PA Bourbon Squad, absolutely, man. I know your name. I've seen you find some stuff around the area. I'm probably butchering your name because, Thanks, Joe. I hate secondary. Can't stand it at all. Just my opinion. No Script Sipping.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I think it's also, I think it varies by state too. Like harder to find things in certain states. Mm-hmm. Typically, they're going to mark it up, if they get it. Here in Colorado, it's pretty like, like you go to stores, like some people can't find Eagle Rare, it's a great everyday sipper. Yep. When we were out trying to get the Distillery Acadian into Colorado, I saw Eagle Rare at almost every single store for MSRP.
Okay.
Right in that 50. There was one store that had it for 42. I was like, pretty sure that's under MSRP now.
MSRP is 40 because that's what we get.
Is it 40? Okay.
PA. So
yeah.
PA
is because I know with all the prices, I was like, I don't know what it is today, but I was shocked to see it in that range. But at the same time, I'm like, it's for here. We have a huge whiskey community out here. A lot of people are going after the stuff, but it was kind of encouraging to see it at so many stores, especially in the Denver area. Yeah. Because that's where stores are marking stuff up like crazy,
Yeah, so Pennsylvania is state run, and we're quite possibly the worst state run, honestly. Yeah. So it's like Eagle Rare drops once every 6 weeks, and it's one case per store max. and then it's gone for 6 weeks. So it's
Then
like
gone.
one of those things where like people line up when stores open to try and get like Eagle Rare Blanton's and Buffalo Trace, and it's nuts.
Crazy.
So we actually just recently got E.H. Taylor small batch dropping as well. So
What? Yeah, that was at most of the stores too. Right around 50. It was like 58 to
Ooh.
$68, somewhere in that range.
4 smells amazing.
4 smells incredible.
4 smells like straight caramel sauce.
Yeah, there is the color. I don't think I held this one up. So 4 is the darkest, hands down. Look at that thing.
It's also the reddest.
It is. So this one to me smells like a double oaked,
Okay.
twice barrel double oaked.
Let me get to a couple comments here real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm
you do
gonna
your thing.
dig into this thing.
Yeah, do it. JP Harrell says, "Is Gentleman in Whiskey in Pennsylvania? If so, that is a tough state to get whiskey in." I am, and it is. You are correct. Up in Smoke Tamales says, "Go Steelers." Man, I am the opposite side of the state. I am a Go Birds guy. But you're not getting Micah Parsons. It's not happening. That man so desperately wants to be an Eagle. It's crazy. I see Eagle Rare for $80 near me in Western Maryland. I'm not paying that. I bought mine in VA for MSRP. Yeah, it's about what it is. Maryland is such a tough state because there's a couple places that I go in Maryland because I'm southeastern PA, Lancaster County, hanging out with the Amish. So there's a store just south of me called Sawville's, and he does a great job at pricing his stuff. But Maryland also, I think, like their catalog is a little bit above MSRP. Like for them to even get stuff, it's usually like I bought an Eagle Rare from him for like $85. John Crawl says, "Go Birds!" Obligatory Go Birds. Super Bowl champions, defending Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, we got the Broncos. I'm not going to say anything right now.
Hey, look, you're on the up and up though.
We are yeah. Bo's looking great.
But Bo Nix is actually looking pretty good, man.
Yeah. Dude, this thing's crazy. I can taste the barrel char in it.
Yeah.
It's very sweet, but this is very much more like, this is like what I call like a campfire whiskey.
Okay.
Like I want to sit out by a campfire, maybe a cigar, and sip this all night long. This might, right now, my hot take might be my favorite of the bunch.
I'm interested to see how you rank these.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through here and rank them, but this right now, I had to pour a little more, is lights out good.
Yeah, it is. It is tasty. It's got just kind of like this next level. Like it's a little bit of banana, a little bit of brown sugar, caramel, and then like just this wash of barrel char and like oak notes towards the finish, and it's just like that like Maillard reaction is what they call it, the like burnt sugar notes. Fantastic.
So I think, to me, this tastes like a Jack Daniel's Coy Hill. I was trying to think of like Parker's Heritage, like a Heaven Hill product.
Yeah.
But I haven't had one that tasted like this. Not this good.
You haven't had a Jack Daniel's that tasted this good, or like a whiskey that tasted this good?
A Parker's Heritage from Heaven Hill, like their higher end whiskeys.
I
There was one.
If fire trucks go by my house, because apparently one just went, and usually when one goes past, like 6 go past. So.
You're good. But I think I might stick to it though. I think this is a Jack Daniel's product. I'm trying to see if maybe it's Brown, like a Old Forester, because I'm trying to think the Brown Foreman family. But
yeah, there's also some really good. Not that I'm trying to like wean you off of this, but there's some really good Woodford products. The Woodford Chocolate Redo.
Was that good
this year?
Yeah.
Really, that actually might end up being my whiskey of the year. I overpaid
Really?
significantly on secondary for that. I paid like
Wow.
160 for this. But look, you got to see the color on this. Like, the color on this is bonkers. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Like, that is the darkest whiskey, especially ever, like Woodford has ever done.
That's
Like,
crazy how dark that is.
it is one of the like darkest whiskeys I've ever seen. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm sticking to Jack with this. I think this is either. This tastes better, at least than the. I was lucky enough to get to taste 3 different Coy Hills from last year.
Okay.
This tastes like the old one. Like this
Okay.
tastes like the unicorn one.
A couple of comments. OKC Thunder comments incoming. Well, I think that's the only OKC Thunder comment that I've had like ever. So I look, I'm happy for you guys. I care zero about the NBA, especially the Sixers. The Sixers have been bumbling it since they tanked for absolutely nobody. I also do have a sports podcast coming with 2 of my buddies. So we're doing our first ever podcast length. It's going to be like an hour long, and we talk about sports and drink whiskey. So that's Gentlemen in Sports is coming.
Oh, I love that. Gentlemen in Sports. Hell yeah.
JP Harrell says Coy Hill does have a red tint to it. Johnny Dean says, I know John has that Parker's double barrel blend. Beastie says the Woodford chocolate malt has been my grail since 2015. Now, I will say this is not that. It is not the original one because that was 90.4 proof. This one is 12 years old and 139.4 proof. So, look at that. Look at those legs, too.
I know. It's crazy. They're so slow moving. So you do have the double. You have the double char.
I do.
Which is one of my all-time favorite whiskeys.
It is also one of mine. So we
oh, dude, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, I think, one of the best Parker's Heritage released in the last 10 years, easily.
And, look, I mean, so that's how much is left. This is actually given me by my buddy Brian. And I made him a promise that I'm not going to finish this bottle until he's here with me to finish it. So, we're going to finish that together.
That's tough. I'm going to stick with Coy Hill, though. There's a little bit of like a sweet, like banana split on the back end that I keep tasting.
Yeah.
Like a chocolatey, banana forward flavor that I really enjoy. And I think as I rank these, I'm going to move my glasses up. That is my number 1. Number 4 is my number 1 right now.
Okay. All right. I love it.
That is hitting great.
All right. So since I didn't give you guesses on these, here's what I'll do.
Okay.
So that the people who are at home can play along. I will give you 1 question on each bottle.
Okay.
And you go for it as soon as you want to.
Okay. Starting with like number 1.
Starting with wherever you want to start with. 1 through 4.
Let's go actually 4 since we're just talking about 4. Let's start there.
Okay. Don't ask what bottle it is because I'm not going to answer that. But
No. I won't ask that. Is it from Tennessee?
It is from Tennessee.
It is from Tennessee. Okay. Okay.
It could be a really super high-aged Dickel. You don't know.
I was going to say, I was like, if it is Dickel, that could blow me away. Like, it'd be the best Dickel product I've ever had.
Absolutely the best Dickel product ever. Easily.
Okay. Okay. For number 3.
Okay. And you guys definitely drop your guesses in the comments. If you get it correct, I will send you guys a sample. So if anyone gets it correct in the comments, I will send you all a sample.
That's amazing.
It won't be of
Definitely
these
because
I'm only giving one set of comments in this, and that is to the paid tier tonight. So
love it.
That's because one of these I actually only have enough for a 1 ounce sample left. So you will be killing the bottle.
Amazing.
Johnny Dean says feels like Joe crushed this blind. So a little bit of confidence there going into the final.
I don't know, Johnny. I don't know. these are fun because like I love the reveal because I'm always blown away. I'm like, and then it changed my whole perspective.
Yeah.
Every time I do this, it's like Palette Olympics, you know.
I love that.
Yeah. Dude, maybe we'll have to do a collaboration. We'll do Palette Olympics, you know, for
I
fun,
love
like
that.
in our shorts or something.
Let's do it.
We'll figure. We can swap samples. We'll send stuff, and we can make it a whole thing.
I'm all about it, man.
So I think number 3, my question on this one, probably gonna keep it to the state. Oh, yeah, I'll keep for number 3. I tasted it again.
Okay.
Is it from Kentucky?
It is from Kentucky.
Okay, that's gonna be my number 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is chalk so far. Like this, that's how I would have ranked them myself.
Yep.
I feel
So we're
like,
in line there. We're ranking the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people say you're crushing this blind, man. No script sipping. Yeah, Joe seems to be doing great. Johnny Dean says Joe crushed this blind. A lot of people saying Coy Hill is number 4. Ooh, somebody says GTS for number 4. Ooh, Johnny Dean coming in with 4 hot guesses. Number 1, Handy. Number 2, Nulu KBF. Number 3, GTS. And number 4, JDCH.
Ooh, interesting. All right.
So, Johnny's been watching me a long time, and he knows very well what I have, too. So.
He's got them all down.
Yeah.
I have the terrible memories. I'm like, nah, I can't remember.
Dude, I get it.
Yeah. It's like,
I don't remember what I had yesterday. Actually, I do remember. I actually haven't drank in like almost 2 weeks, so this is the first whiskey that I've had in almost like 2.5 weeks. It's crazy.
I'm glad to be doing it with you then.
Yeah, man. I love it. John Crawl says number 3, Stag.
Okay. John, I'm with you there. Yeah, I think it's a Stag product for sure. I feel the most confident in 3 and 4.
Okay.
Number 2, because the only thing I think with number 2 is I pulled like that weeded kind of note. I just can't tell. I'm confident number 1 is MGP. Number 2 is the one I'm struggling with.
Okay. Man, I like the anticipation is killing me. Like I can't wait to see like what you guess for each of these. Ooh.
So for number 2,
Joe Rodriguez coming in with a spicy take. A. Smith Bowman. Joe Rodriguez also has a pretty good handle on what I have.
That would be crazy.
You did recently do a video with A. Smith Bowman, didn't you? Or no, you did. You had a video with Bowman, but I think it was it was one of their finished products, right? Because you put that against Elijah Craig Barrel, or no, the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. Ooh, somebody says, tell Joe Sharks says hi.
Oh, what's up, John? That's my buddy, John.
Sharks get lifted. You are on our comments wheel. Patrick Little Dew says, number 2, Bardstown Weeded. That's a good guess. That's
a really good guess, actually.
Yeah.
It is so sweet, like on the nose. It is nuts how sweet this is.
Mm-hmm. It's like honey. Like there's a huge honey note to it. And then like almost like a little bit of fruitiness like a grape.
I think I'm gonna go
You have a question still.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. That actually might help me. I didn't even think about that. I have a feeling. Okay, so for number 2, oh, it's a weeded bourbon.
You do know it's a weeded bourbon.
Is it sourced?
It is sourced.
It is sourced. Okay.
Ooh, Southern Star Paragon coming in with Thomas Anderson as the guess.
And I don't think Heaven Hill sources any of their weeded.
They do.
I don't know. They do?
They source their weeded to Rebel,
Ah,
actually.
that's what's throwing me off because there's a Heaven Hill element to it that's
Okay.
like driving me nuts.
Yeah. John Crawl says number 2 is Larceny. I love that.
Okay, John. I mean, that's where like that Heaven Hill. You're not like that's what I'm kind of like getting to. Okay, so it's sourced. Potentially could be Heaven Hill. Could be a Bard. Well, no, if it's sourced. Oh man, this is tough. I think it's. Oh, I think it's a. If it's sourced, I'm thinking it's either weeded though. That's my challenge right now, man. Is I
Yeah.
can't figure out the weeded part of who would source.
All right. So
'Cause I
I
have, like,
will tell
yeah, go
you,
ahead.
2 is going to be the most complicated. 2
Okay,
is
okay,
easily the most complicated.
okay. All
I
right, let me
will
go to 1.
I will give you some points for guessing the origin distillery. Let me put it that way.
Okay. What's up, Reaper? I just saw the chat refresh over
Just
here.
say Rebel tenure.
Yes, sir.
Evernorth Weeded is sourced from Southern Distilling, and it's an amazing bottle. I love everything Evernorth that I've ever had. Discovery High Wheat. Do you mean Bardstown High Wheat, Colin? So, Colin is a buddy of mine. He's one of the members of the Gentleman Whiskey Tasting Group, and he's also one of my Patreon subscribers. And he loves a game that I like to call Whiskey 20 Questions, where I basically give him a whiskey and I let him ask 20 questions based on what it is. So he's a huge fan of that game. Which if you join my Patreon, I will let you play that game whenever you want.
That'd be awesome. All right, I'm in. I'll join.
No,
This is already a blast. I'm like nerding out, having how much fun I'm having.
Dude, it's so much fun. I'm having fun like watching you appreciate all like no lie, legitimately.
Hopefully I'm not boring anyone. Like the anticipation right now. It's like, oh man.
Dude, there is nothing boring about this live stream.
Going back to number 1.
Okay.
It's MGP 95.5 rye.
Oh, calling your shots, bro.
Because as I've gone through now and I've gone back, I'm getting that MGP rye nose for sure. So I'm sticking to that. My question on number 1 though, I don't think I asked a question yet on that one.
You did not.
Is it from an NDP? They do both.
That's a really tough question. I'm gonna say no.
It's not from an NDP. Okay. That's for sure MGP though.
Dude, I love no script sipping. Like you've earned my sub as soon as this is over. That's the point. Community sharing the good stuff is what it's all about. I love that.
That's right,
absolutely. Man. Also, Colin says yes. He thinks that it's the Bardstown High Wheat.
Bardstown High Wheat. Okay. That's a question I didn't even think about. Like, could Bardstown have sourced on number 2, Heaven Hill, weeded?
I can confirm that Bardstown has, at certain points, sourced Heaven Hill weeded bourbon.
Have they? Okay. All right.
I cannot confirm that is what this is.
Okay.
But.
Okay. So I think I'm putting right now.
Okay.
Number 1 is my number 3.
Okay.
I'm sticking to 95.5 MGP rye.
Okay.
Who it's from though, no idea.
That is a fair assessment because there's a lot of 95.5 rye out there.
Yeah, there's so much. Number 2 is my last place, number 4, okay. And I'm literally pinching for like these are all incredible. So like I'm just like trying to rank them right now. But number 2 is probably my number 4. Weeded, I want to say Heaven Hill, but I don't know who it's from.
Okay.
There's a Heaven Hill nuttiness on that. that weeded. They have a little bit of that nutty. Like it did remind me of the Grain of Glass Heaven Hill weeded, that special.
Yeah.
That's what I immediately was like, oh, it's probably that. But I'm going to stick to that. Okay.
All right.
That's it.
Do you have a guess on number one to round it out?
Number one, I think I'm going to say closest thing that's like, it reminds me a little bit of a Prideful Goat bottle I have.
Okay. Yeah.
So I might go that. I don't know. But that's like, I'm just thinking of some of the ryes. So I might just say Prideful Goat.
Okay.
Probably way off there. Number two, I'm going to say let me think.
I love it. I love the deliberation.
I'm going to go let's go Nulu.
Nulu. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to go Nulu.
Yeah. Nulu does.
It was either
Kentucky...
between that or Nashville Barrel Company, but I've had some Nulus. I don't think I've had a weeded Nulu. That's what's like I'm trying to, but I know I think they source some. I thought it was MGP, but I don't know. But I'm going to go Nulu on that one.
I don't know if Nulu does weeded source from Kentucky.
Yeah.
Does Nashville Barrel Company do any sourcing aside from MGP?
So they also source from Jim Beam.
Oh, okay.
So they source the Bookers.
Okay.
We did a pick one day. I got invited to a pick, and they 3 of the samples were the Booker's mash bill, which I thought was crazy. I had no idea they did that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of River Roots Jim Beam popping up too. Like they'll tell you that it's Jim Beam somehow. I don't know how that works because usually like when Beam does stuff, it's an NDA, like non-disclosure agreement. But
right.
I don't know if there's like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge thing, especially considering like Jim Beam has the same mash bill as Wild Turkey. So
they do.
It's wild.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So how do you want me to reveal 1 through 4, or do you want me to reveal reverse order of what you liked? How you want?
Yeah, let's go with my number 4 first, which is number 2. Let's go with number 2 first.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop the GoPro here, so you pay attention to that. We'll play that game. It is Old Emmer Cask Strength Weeded. This is a Total Wine exclusive. It comes in at 59.1 proof, so that is 119.2 or 118.2.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the story with this bottle. I'm gonna show my face again. The story with this bottle is that it is Emmer wheat, which is a mash, but like it is specifically using the strain of wheat called Emmer wheat.
Okay.
So there's a very high profile whiskey that says to use Emmer wheat, and that is the Daniel Weller.
Oh.
So they're the only people, especially in Kentucky. There's been some playing around with it, but it would not be this old because this is rumored to be like 6 to 8 years old, and the color on it is like pretty decent. Like this is not a 4-year-old whiskey.
No.
So the story on this is that it is failed Daniel Weller because they only released Daniel Weller 1 year, and this is that mash bill that Buffalo Trace jettisoned all the subpar bottles.
Wow. So that's where when I said that Buffalo Trace
you did say Buffalo Trace on this, so I think you nailed that one because I think this is Buffalo Trace, a special wheat, and I think it's really good.
Yeah.
So this is like $45 too. Like this is not an expensive bottle.
Yeah. Dang, I'll have to go and see. Is that still in motion? Can you still find these or no?
I don't know.
Is it gone?
I know the old Emmer still exists. I don't know if the cask strength still exists, but it's worth a look. I mean, I would assume that so Daniel Weller is rumored to be 6 to 8 years old. So 6 to 8 years ago, they got the old Emmer because that was like the original Weller. The original Weller mash bill had like when it was at Stitzelweller had emmer
Yep.
wheat in the mash bill. So that's why they made this. And I think they only did a limited run of it to see how it would go.
Yeah.
And this, I honestly think it turned out fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, it's, and that's where I was saying, like, I'm reaching for straws here to try to
Right.
rank these because
Yep.
this is really, really solid. For $45, I'd be buying up a case of that. That's nuts.
Right. Yeah, no, this is great. So I'm
Like,
going to
it's
give
straight
you...
up.
I'm
Yeah,
going to give you
it smells like
props
Buffalo Trace.
for guessing Buffalo Trace on this because I also guessed Buffalo Trace on this one.
Okay. That's awesome.
Definitely a
Yeah.
weedy bourbon. Look, you did like the people in the comments aren't lying. Like you did pretty great on this blind. Did better than I would have.
Thank you, man.
Thomas Anderson says Total Wine here in Michigan has them. No Script Sip
Really?
says wow, $45, great deal.
Yeah.
Jeremiah says, so does bourbon have certain colors you look for? How do you pick a bottle? Let's talk about that for a second before I reveal number one. So, do you look for color? Like, how do you decide what bourbon to buy?
I don't look
Okay.
for color at all.
All right.
I typically will look at proof and I look at age. Those are my
Okay.
two big things that I like to. Is it older than 5-6 years?
Yep.
And is it in the range of, like, my perfect proof point for just sipping is right at like 120 to 108. Give me that range
Okay.
all day. Yeah.
Yeah. I think my perfect proof point is like probably 130 plus, like 130 to like 140 is usually roughly perfect.
Man.
But I love hazmat whiskey. Like it's one of those guilty pleasure things for me.
I got some fun ones
say
to send you then.
color is, I think, sometimes an indicator of quality, but I don't think it's always an indicator of quality because as we know, right, American whiskey cannot have any color added unless it's not called whiskey at all. So, like bourbon, rye, American single malt, like if it's dark in color, it means one of, let's say, three things. 1, it's high proof. 2, high age. 3, comes from a climate that has a high temperature variation, similar to what you guys have in Colorado, similar to Texas. So like Texas whiskey, super dark. Colorado whiskey, super dark. Like, and tends to be fairly decent. Texas whiskey tends to be really young because it hits maturity at a much younger age.
Yep.
So
big time.
Love it. All right. Are you ready for number one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right.
Yeah. So number one was my number 3.
Play just the tip here. It was a game I played
it's Sagamore, isn't it? Is that Sagamore?
It is Sagamore. It's Sagamore 9-year rye. So you are partially correct because there is MGP 95.5 rye in this. It is Sagamore 9 years old. It comes in at 112.2 proof. That is why it was number 1 for you.
Got it. Okay.
It's a mix of MGP's 95.5 and their 40 or their 51% rye because MGP tries to stick to that like roughly 60% rye that Maryland is known for. So I actually did a pick at Sagamore recently, and I'm hoping for that pick to come to market here. I was hoping for it in July because Joel Rye pick.
That'd be perfect for the series. Yeah,
it would have been. It did not happen. So supposedly Shared Pour has it coming this week. So that will be coming to market here soon. They do.
Dude, that's so good.
They do 80%, 95% rye, 20%, 51% rye, just to kind of lower that rye percentage. And their own mash bills, they do that also. So their own mash bills, they run a 52% and I believe an 80%.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just recently.
So that's where like the nose smelled more like the MGP like rye for sure. That makes sense. And then on the palate, though, is what threw me off because there was like this added sweetness like that. Because sometimes with the MGP 95.5, I get more of that like lemongrass and not a whole lot of mint, but like just more of those like grassy, earthy, herbal flavors. I wasn't getting a whole lot of that, a little bit, but like it was, because I do have a couple bottles of Sagamore. I didn't even think that. That's a great one to throw in there. Man, I'm nerding out.
Dude, I love Sagamore. Like
so
even
good.
if I didn't get to do like my first, like the first pick that I get like the Gentleman and Whiskey name on is a collaboration with Bourbon of the Week, Chris Littlewood.
Oh yeah.
And so that's like he invited me to do a pick with them, and like I have.
That's a monster.
Yeah, it is. It is fantastic. So 9 year. So I told you at the beginning of these are bangers, and I think maybe I've succeeded in these being bangers.
100%.
So
yeah,
are you ready for number 3?
Yeah. What's number 3?
All right, you locked in Buffalo Trace.
I'm locked in Buffalo Trace. That's Stag for sure.
It's Stag. It is a Stag store pick coming in at 134.4 proof. It is from Joe Canals, for those who care. That is a place in Jersey. I did trade for this.
Dude, I would have traded in a heartbeat. That's a monster pick.
It is a great pick. I actually think this is the closest Stag I've had to a George T. Stag so far.
I totally agree. Yeah. It tastes like a really good George T. Stag. This, maybe it's a hot take, this smokes the 2024 George T. Stag all day, every day.
So that's the 136.1, right?
Yeah. I think it was, I think just 136. Yeah.
That's the one I haven't had. I've had 22s, which is the 138.7 or 138 point something, and I have a 23, which I think is fantastic. I think this in a blind would be close. It's definitely close to my favorite recent Stag, which is 22A.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, this is nuts. That's amazing. Okay. All right.
And I am just a quick shout out. I am giving away all of Joe's pours tonight as a paid giveaway. So if you join either YouTube membership or Patreon, I will get an email before this all starts. Or if you drop a $5 super chat, you will win a 1 ounce pour of all of Joe's pours. Are you ready for number 1?
I'm going to plug that too. I will say, everyone that's in here, definitely you will want to try all of these. Incredible. The Emmer Wheat, amazing. That was amazing. What's number 1? What do we got?
Just the tip?
Just the tip. That's Coy Hill.
That is Coy Hill. Look, dude, you absolutely did fantastic. This is 2021's Coy Hill. Comes in at 142.7 proof. And look at that color. Let me find the correct angle here. Look at that color.
The color's crazy.
Good. It's so good.
So amazing.
Dude, you nailed 2 out of 4 of these.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll give you half points. I'll give you 2.5.
Half points, yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, I'll give you 3 out of 4 actually, because you get a half point for calling Buffalo Trace, and for MGP on this.
Yeah, dude, this is amazing. These are all this Coy Hill. You said this was the 2024?
No, the 2021. So it is 100.
This is the okay. So this is the 20, because I was gonna say
this is that. Yep.
I've not had one that tasted this good. What was the proof you said? It was
142.7. Dude, does it drink like 140 proof though?
No, I was gonna say it drank like 115, 120 in that range.
Absolutely, yeah. It well, I will say it, especially not on the finish, but on the palate, like it pops with that heat a little bit. But then it just kind of like it's like it goes to punch you, and then it pulls its punch, right?
Dude, this is like unicorn level right here. If you haven't gotten the giveaway, you need to. This is one of those whiskeys that you don't want to miss. Right. And now, John, I'm going to be savoring all of this. The little bit I got left, I'll be sharing it with buddies to share the love. But that is amazing.
Dude, I got lucky, and I got this for $90. I got this for $90 in PA.
Really?
So dang. This was I gave that to you out of the spirit of sharing, because this whiskey. Look, this needs to be gone. This has been around since 2021. Like I need to get rid of what's left of this before it goes bad. So I'm all about it.
I love it.
Sharing it with friends.
So you said you have an Abraham Bowman, right?
I do. Yeah.
Which one do you have?
I have batch 3. So
okay, so you have
135. Let me bring up the Pro. It's easier.
Have you had this one?
35.1. I have not. Is that what is this special release? It says American Oak Series 1, 135. Interesting. I've never even heard of that.
So this was a special release. I picked it up last year. I'll send you a sample of it with your pack.
Okay.
So I got a decent amount left.
Is it finished?
This was No, this one was not. This was done in American oak. So it's technically just the A. Smith like you have there.
Okay.
This is just a older distillate. It was their oldest
Oh.
distillate they've done in American oak.
Okay.
135 proof. It's one of the best whiskeys I've ever had. So I'll
How
send you
old
some
is
of
it?
that.
Does it say?
So it was distilled January 2012 and then bottled in September of 2024.
Okay, so roughly 12 years old, depending on,
right.
because it's distilled at Buffalo Trace, if you didn't know that
Yep,
about Bourbon.
exactly. Then
So-
redistilled there. Yeah. I'll send you a sample of that. You sent me Coy Hill. I got to return the favor with something
enough.
monster. So.
I love that.
That was fun, man. Thank
Okay,
you. This is
so
amazing
that makes more
time.
sense about your video then, because I was trying to figure out, like, because you did a video with your buddy, right? Where you
I had my dad on for that one when I
okay.
tasted.
Yeah.
Oh no, I did. So if you're talking about the short, yeah, I did one with my buddy Nate. Yep,
Okay.
That was the bottle we blinded up against E.H. Taylor barrel proof. Yep.
So I guess I have a question.
Okay.
Does this Jack Daniels change your mind at all on Jack Daniels? Because we had that slight conversation earlier about.
Yeah, where I was kind of all the way up until that point. This just restates, I think, my love that I found for Jack Daniels over the last 2 years. 100%.
Yeah.
This is in my top 10 all time, without a doubt.
Awesome.
Like, incredible. So good, easy to sip, full bodied. I mean, it smoked essentially to me a George T. Stagg level whiskey, you know?
Yep.
Which usually those George T's, William LaBrue's are always like top. I don't think anything can compete with this. It's amazing.
So I love that conversation though, because I think a lot of people just automatically drop like Buffalo Trace stuff out because of the availability. But I think like it's worth having that conversation that like Buffalo Trace, especially the antique collection, every year is releasing fantastic whiskey. And Johnny Dean actually mentioned it when he guessed what the 4 pours were. Because the one that I was thinking for number 1 with orange juice, he nailed it, was the Thomas H. Handy. Even the Handies, right? They're like usually 4 to 6 years old, are fantastic rye whiskey.
Those are tasty. Yeah,
so
they're
like,
so good.
There's a lot of whiskey out there that is like Buffalo Trace is doing some crazy stuff.
They are. Yeah. I think and that's where, for me, I really enjoy the BTAC, like the antique collection.
Yeah.
If I had stag picks, even stag batches that tasted like that pick that you sent, I'd be all over it. But yeah,
have
you
had 22A?
I have 22B. I don't have 22A.
So 22A is my favorite from the last like 3 or 4 years. Like it's my favorite since batches 14 and 15 coming from 2018.
14 and 15 were nuts.
So 22A, especially there for me, there's a correlation, right? There's a correlation for stag batches over 130 and Elijah Craig barrel proof batches over 130 proof being absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
So that being one of the only 2 batches since 2022 that are over 130 being fantastic.
Yeah.
It's 22A and 23A. That's it. That's the list.
That's it.
So
that's it. I love it.
But that pick is. I have one from Pennsylvania that's also above 130. It's 130.6 and is not nearly as good.
Yeah, that just smells so much just like a cherry bomb. So good. Dude, what a lineup, man. I'm so blown away.
I love that. I had so much, and it needs to be said that you got 2 of 3 or 2 of 4 of these absolutely on the head. Like you nailed these on the head.
Well, thank you, man.
I'm very impressed. I love that your mom's in the chat also.
Oh, dude, Spencer. Yeah, she's always supporting. Yeah, the family's always popping in, and it was funny because she called me beforehand. She's like, "Hey, what time you guys going live with?" And I was like, "All right, here's the link." So yeah, she's subscribed and everything.
I love that. I had the Only Drams guys on a couple weeks ago. I think you were actually in that live.
Oh yeah, I was in there with you guys. Yeah,
and he Trenton's family was also in the chat, and I thought that was really
Were
cool.
they in the chat too? I don't remember. Yeah. I can't see. I told you, bad memory. But yeah, I remember being in there. That's awesome.
Straight crazy. All right, so, I guess what is your takeaway from this blind? We'll go with that.
Well, I will say the Emmer, the whiskey nerd in me, and like distillate, where it's coming from.
Yeah.
That blew me away. The backstory on that, like, I'm probably gonna savor this. So cool. And I think to that point, like, I'm glad you said that you kind of felt like it was Buffalo Trace too. You're going through, like, and it has, like, it kind of smells like on the nose, like Weller 107, like that. And I know their strain, their yeast strain that they're using, very sweet. That's where you're getting these flavors. But so cool that it was, potentially,
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But I'm like, I think it's true.
I think it's true too. The first time trying it, I was like, man, this is like honey and leather. And then the second time I was like, no, this is Buffalo Trace. Like there's grape in this. There's like all of the things. And it's different because it's not the Weller mash bill. Like it's because it has a different strain of wheat. Like it's going to be different. But I think what gives Buffalo Trace its Buffalo Traciness is the yeast, and it's very consistent with the rest of Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, big time.
What's up, Whiskey Nose? What's going on, man?
What's up?
My friend, the Bourbon Jerk.
I love it.
Those guys go live all the time.
Yeah, and I think too, like with all of these, all of these bottles at true MSRP. For all of these, I'm sure the Sagamore's probably under 100. I imagine, right? The 9-year.
It's like
I have an 8-year. $80, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Obviously, like a stag pick, typically $70-$80, somewhere in that range. I don't know what you got.
I traded for this one, and I forget exactly what I traded, but I think it was like
what you traded,
like 3 blends or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
I got a stag pick a few weeks ago, and it was like $70.
Yeah.
So
that sounds about right.
This is probably one of the best stag picks I've ever had, honestly. Yeah. But like, it's cool to go through, and like obviously with your Coy Hill story, $90 or less.
Yeah.
To get such amazing whiskeys in that price range, wide variety of, whiskeys too, from Maryland to Tennessee to Kentucky. So cool. So no, this is eye-opening. But yeah, this is fun to test the palate. Palate Olympics, baby.
Palate Olympics, dude, I love it. I think you should start a series called Palate Olympics. Just have guests on.
Yeah, that'd be a blast.
I'll be your first guest, man.
Yeah, JP, I saw just said, have to get that old Emmer. JP, absolutely. Like, you have to. So good.
And I don't know if they're single barrels or if they're batches, but they do they do have different proofs. So, your mileage may vary. But it is, I've had, I think from 2 different batches now, because I think my buddy brought one to a bottle share, and that one was also good. So I think they're no-brainers.
I might have to go see if my Total Wine has this, because I'd love to get a bottle.
Which is tough to say, because Total Wine, man, especially the Spirits Direct stuff, is like flipping a coin. They're like
100%.
They're like, here, try this Calumet Farms. That is basically, they told me it was basically E.H. Taylor, and I got this this bottled and bond that was $120.
Oh, you bought? Okay, you bought it.
Okay, so. Quick explanation. I bought this, but it was $53, not $120 like it is a Total Wine.
Yeah.
The state of Maryland has this thing where all stores have access to all bottles. So when Total Wine wants to import their, in this case, Calumet, or not Calumet, Chestnut Farms, bottle and bond, technically every store has access to it, and apparently the costing on these bottles is $40. So there's a store called Pine Orchards in Ellicott City, Maryland, that got a bunch of these and was selling them for $53 when the Total Wine less than 20 miles away was selling them for $120.
Wow, I would buy it for that then. No brainer.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna give this a shot. Like I was trying to That's actually where I met the guy to pick up my George T. Stag. I got it illegally, just so y'all know.
Yep.
I
As
traded.
many of us will do. Yep.
I traded a Weller full proof, a Weller single barrel, and a Elmer T. Lee for a George T. Stag. So
I'd do that in a heartbeat. Yeah, no question.
And I got all of those bottles at MSRP, so I was
Yeah.
out like less than $200, like way less than $200, like
Oh yeah,
like
I would do that in a heartbeat.
$120. So
Because Weller's single barrel was so inconsistent. I've only had out of the 3 or 4 that I've tried, one that was good.
I've had one, and I feel like, so I know a lot of people who've watched me for a long amount of time, like they know that I'm like a proof hound. Like for me, if it's not under 100 proof, it's got to try really hard to be really good. So it's just at that 97 proof, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 94, 95. I could be wrong.
It's something like that. One of them's 95 and one of them's 97. I think CYPB is 95, and I feel like
maybe that's what it is. Might be
Barrel is
CYPB I'm thinking of. Yeah,
but it's just too close. Like I
Yeah.
feel like it needs to be. If they had it at like 110, I feel like it would be different. Or
Yeah.
if they put the single barrel at full or at like barrel proof, that would be different
Yep.
too. I don't
Totally.
know. But they don't want anything like clouding the William Lure Weller. That's what it is.
Right. Yeah.
JP Harrell says I've been to that Pine Orchard Liquors before, about an hour from my house.
That's
Their
awesome.
prices aren't fantastic, but they're also not bad. Like they have a whole cubicle behind the counter of like whiskey that is hard to find at like not terrible but also not good prices. Like they're somewhere between
Sure.
MSRP and secondary, which
Okay.
is tough in Maryland because like generally if a bottle is on the shelf in Maryland, it's full secondary or even more
Yeah.
sometimes. So
I know, that's nuts, insane.
I'm sure you go through that in Colorado a good bit.
We do,
Especially around
yeah.
Denver.
Oh, big time. It's crazy out here. It's kind of hit or miss. I try to like frequent the stores. I really only have 2 now that I go to just because it's all MSRP.
Yeah.
They do points-based systems where it's like, hey,
love
you
that.
come here, and it's just dollar for dollar, and you just get what you get. Once it comes in, boom, you get it. So
there are 3 winners from my guessing contest in the chat here.
okay,
First one's Johnny Dean.
check.
Johnny Dean. I will give you a pick of certain things. I can't unfortunately give all of you Coy Hill because I think there's like probably about an ounce and a half, 2 ounces left in here. And then John Crawl also nailed Coy Hill. And then PLD, which is, I gotta figure out the acronym here. I think it's Patrick Little something. Patrick Littledew also nailed that. So if you guys send me an email at gentlemanandwhiskey@gmail.com or you hit me up on Instagram, I will send you a sample of something super fun. It unfortunately won't be Coy Hill, but maybe it'll be the 23 Coy Hill. Because I also have one
Hell
of those.
yeah.
And it has way more in it. So, dude, this was super fun.
Yeah, this is a blast. Thank you, man. I'm still nerding out over here. I'm like, man, this is so cool.
Dude, I loved every bit of this. If you guys are in the chat and you have not, for whatever reason, followed Joe Unfiltered, both of his Instagram and his YouTube are linked in the description of this. People are still talking about Joe Waters. I don't really understand what's happening here. I think that dude lives rent-free in people's heads, honestly. That's what I'm gathering from this.
Yeah.
I don't know him at all, but seems like what's happening. Palette Olympics equals fire, says No Script Sippin'.
There we go.
Looks like Total Wine has a bunch of very different ones, very interesting. I know that they have an old Emmer that's 90 proof. I would probably not go with that one. Excuse me.
Yeah. That 119 proof on this I thought was perfect.
Johnny Dean said, sub to Joe, looking forward to the content.
Thank you.
His content looks visually fantastic, and like that's one of the things that actually drew me to you, man. Like,
Well, good. Thank you, man. Yeah.
it looks different. You clearly have some kind of a base in, video or photography.
The video part I did not. Photography, I took one photography class, but it was like true photography, and that was like in high school.
Okay, all right, fair.
But for the video part, I just kind of like started messing around. I edit all my stuff. I'm totally transparent. Microsoft Clipchamp.
Nice.
Everything I do.
Nice.
It's just it's a free program.
Yeah.
You can pay like $80 for the year, and they give you like access to music and stuff. And it's just like stock music. It's just like what YouTube gives you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it just kind of came with like playing around. Like that's where, John, like you and I can relate. The first videos, you go back, it's like, nah.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, you know. But as you learn, but yeah, yeah. In Johnny, with that, you'll see some ridiculous content in there. Sometimes I will mix things into my whiskey, including mayo, ketchup, and mustard. You know, Palate Olympics, baby. You got to push the boundaries.
Look, the July 4th video with the hot dogs, right, is iconic. It's straight up iconic.
I was sitting there. I told my wife, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be drinking whiskey at a hot dog straw." And she just stared at me quietly, like no comment. Just was looking at me like, "Nah, you're not gonna do that." And then when I said, once I'm done doing that, you then need to throw the hot dogs at me. And she was just like, "No." Ridiculous, man.
I don't know how your wife is, but my wife is easily my biggest fan. Like she loves all of my content.
Yeah, she's the same. She just looks at me. She's like, "Fine, we'll do it," but she cracks up every time. Yeah, I'm like, "You got to do this with me," but yeah, no, it's a good time. So, but I appreciate everyone who subbed and followed, and thank you again, man, like for having me on. And I can't thank you enough. This has been a blast,
dude. I love it. There are some times that like I watch somebody I know like instantly like we could become friends just from watching your content. And Joe, dude, absolutely 100%. I'm in for whatever stupid like idea live streams you've got for me. Like hit me up. Yep. I'll join with you, man. And it'll be a fun time.
Let's do it. I have a whole list of ideas that I keep. We'll do it up, man.
Love it. All right, hey, I'm going to let you go. These live streams are a little late for me. I know it's you're 3 hours behind us, I'm pretty sure. So
I got 2 hours behind you right now, so it's still early evening for me. But yeah,
I get up at like 4:30 in the morning. So
it's bedtime for you now.
It's pretty darn close. So Joe, thank you so much for being a part of this. I'm going to go to my wheel of names. So if you guys don't have comments in or don't have your super chats, if you want to be a part of the paid and get what Joe tried tonight. Joe, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We'll be in touch. It'll be a great time.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
All right, catch you later, dude.
We'll see you.
All right. So, it actually brought up the wheel. Let's go. Okay, so tonight what we are giving away, Joe's going live after. I love that. I don't have comments in here. Great stream, gents. I appreciate it. Look, this has been super fun. Like I'm not lying. Joe has been one of my more engaging guests so far, especially. So I'm all about that. I don't know why this is doing that, but whatever. Okay, it's fine. If you are in, and I'm going to give you like another minute or so to get your comments in if you have not already. We've got 33 entrants in the comments wheel. You can see that there. And then on the paid wheel, we've got 29 tonight. Super fun time. Thank you to Joe for being a part of this. If you want a recap, right, of the pours that you can earn, actually, in chat, what you can earn is a set of stickers, which will be these. These are my Summer Vibes collection stickers. It sucks. Santa Glenn is kind of like my unofficial mascot. And then there's a 3-inch sticker. Super cool. The hat that Joe was wearing, I actually don't have one nearby, and I don't feel like going to grab one. But they are Gentleman of Whiskey trucker hats with the leather patch logo on them. I will give those away. And then I'm giving away a set of... Andy Gonzalez is not in the wheel. Well, we'll just have to fix that, Andy. There you go. You're in the wheel. So 30 total entries. You were in the paid. I think you're in this one, though. Nope, you're not in that one either. Andy's one of my 717 Bourbon Society guys. Love him in the first wheel. I think you are. Yeah. I think you did drop a super chat. David Fox, you are right there. I promise you. So, Joe's pours from tonight. Sagamore Rye. Old Emmer. This Stag Store pick, which means that I'm only giving away one of these. And then finally, the 2021 Jack Daniel's Coy Hill coming in at 142.7 proof. Kind of move these so they're more visible. That is in the paid wheel. And then the Jewel Rye pours will be fantastic as well. Are you really already in that one? Ah, you are. My bad. Joe Unfiltered, thank you again. That was a blast. Appreciate all the support, and don't miss out on these pours. Incredible stuff. Love it. Love it. All right, so we're going to do giveaways. We're going to start with the first set. We're going to go stickers on the comments wheel. If you win and I don't know you personally, email me at gentlemanandwhiskey@gmail.com. And the stickers go to Colin Nixdorf. All right. Good friend of the channel, Colin, and Patreon subscriber. We are now giving away the hat that Joe was wearing tonight. I don't know if I have the charcoal and black still, but that is going to AJ. AJ, if you want that hat, you need to contact me either on Instagram, DM me at gentlemanandwhiskey on Instagram, or gentlemanandwhiskey@gmail.com. Andy, it's fine. I did delete you from the one, I think. I don't think you're on this one twice. I think you're fine. All right. And then finally, the pours from Jewel Rye, which are President's Choice Rye and a few others, which are all fantastic. And that is going to Bourbon and Balls. Bourbon and Balls. Be sure to hit me up if you are still here, and I will ship those to you. I just need to know where to ship them. All right, switching wheels to our paid wheel. We are giving away Joe's pours from tonight, which are all of these right here, down below here. And that is going to go to the Bourbon Besties, the infamous Besties. They're generally here, but they were not tonight. They are members on Patreon. And then we are giving away this package of Glenlivet pours, because it is technically Scotch month. It includes the Founders Reserve, the Caribbean Reserve, the 12, and the 14. It's a fun little pack. I always love multi-packs of whiskey. Spinning for that, that is going to Chris Big Stick. All right, and then finally, the Jewel Rye pours. I'm giving those away on both of these. And that is going to Bourbon Bill. All right, so that has been a super fun time. We've got some great giveaway pack. Appreciate all the love and support. If you guys are in chat and are not following Joe Unfiltered, really don't know what you're waiting for. He is a super fun guy. Great content. Visually stunning. Love it. Super fun guy to interact with. So definitely give him a follow. If you're not following me, maybe give me a follow. Or a subscribe or whatever. I'm here. I'm on Instagram. I am on TikTok. I do some content on Facebook, but I really don't care about that. If you like this content, check out our other videos. Please like and comment on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Love you guys. Catch you later. Hope you'll join me in drinking like a gentleman. Cheers.